Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This week I'm learning how to play Vanguard, so if that sounds fun, stick around, and if it doesn't, maybe bounce out. Basically I've had Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days is the name of this sim. I've had it, it's like structured as an actual video game, so it's like expensive, it's not free to play like most sims. And I've just had it sitting on my wish list for a year or so at this point, waiting for it to go on a decent sale, and as of time of recording, it's like $6, so I said, screw it, let's pick it up. Presumably because the second one has now come out and everyone's just playing that one. I don't care, because I've never played Vanguard, so I just figured I'd pick it up and make a video out of me learning the actual card game. So I've gone through the intro story bit, and we are just at the tutorial right now, like straight up first experience ever. So straight away, before I click anything, there's a lot going on the screen here, so I'm just gonna take a second and dissect that. Damage 0 of 6 tells me that this is probably not a life point based game. This is a, like a Pokemon has the prize cards, or Digimon does the same thing. It's probably more like that, where we have to get hit 6 times or hit the opponent 6 times to actually win the game. That's fine by me. I love the Digimon card game, so that's like, that makes sense to me. And 46 cards in deck feels weird. Maybe it's 40, maybe it's 45, and they just put an extra card in there. Couldn't tell ya. I'm assuming the third icon over there is hand, which is 0 right now because we have no cards in hand. Then looking at the actual game board, it has zones. I'll say that. It's not like a Magic where you just like throw things out. It looks more akin to Yu-Gi-Oh, where there are specific zones you play specific cards. That makes some amount of sense. I don't know what a ride deck is. Maybe that's something akin to the extra deck or something like that. Trigger check zone, I'm okay. Drop zone, maybe that's grave. So it kind of makes sense looking at the board, but there is a lot going on in this one in particular. So let's go ahead and get started and figure out what the hell we're looking at. Uh, Obviously, Vanguard's a one-on-one card game. Yeah. In it, you play as a Vanguard who leads you in his battle. We'll start by explaining where cards go. Okay, cool, perfect, good. Hey, it's almost already better than Master Duel's tutorial. I don't know. Master Duel's tutorial is weird in that it feels fine, but it skips steps 2 and 3 and just tosses you in the deep end after step 1, is my problem with Master Duel. Hopefully that's not the issue here. The zones where you place units in the field. The unit you place on the center becomes your avatar. Oh, so is it like a commander type dealio? That's pretty cool. I like a command. I like when you have just like one card that your deck is built around and you have access to that card. I think that's already always neat. I always wished Domain would take off, but you know, fan-made format and Yu-Gi-Oh players' brains are busted, so it never did. 5 rear guard circles around it. Allied units go. Okay, so we have a quote-unquote commander style card, and then we have 5 monster zones quote-unquote around it. That makes sense to me. And heads up, I've played a lot of card games. If you're hoping I'm just completely lost, it probably won't happen here. I taught myself Yu-Gi-Oh! Via Master Duel after like 20 years, so I should be able to hopefully comprehend whatever this game's thrown at us. This is the Guardian Circle, where you place units when guarding. I don't know what that means. Over here's the damage zone. Again, I'm assuming that's like prize cards. A card is placed here each time you take damage. You lose the fight if there are 6 cards in your damage zone. Yeah, that makes sense. So the first to play 6 cards wins. Cool, sure, whatever. This is main deck. Next to it is Ride. The Ride deck consists of unit cards from grade 0 to 3. Okay, maybe I will end up lost, but we'll see. Unit cards, so is that like levels? Level 0 to 3? 1 card of each grade. Interesting. This is the trigger zone. You flip over cards from your deck here during damage checks when you tap. Oh, okay, so that's to check if there's any triggers before it goes to the damage zone, I suppose. That makes some amount of sense to me, again, as someone who has played the Digimon card game. And during drive checks when you attack with your Vanguard. Lost me there, but... So I'm going to assume that our quote-unquote commander type card, our Vanguard, is an active component of the game, and you can attack with it, and it does some specific trigger, I guess. This is the drop zone, used in discard graveyard. That's fine, that makes sense. Let's go over the actual cards next. This is a unit card, so this is our monster, our creature, our what have you. The number shown here is power. Okay, it looks like you use it for attack. The bigger the number, the stronger the unit. That makes sense. This is shield. It's used when being attacked. Okay, so it kind of has attack and defense, but it sounds like the defense is active automatic. There's no positions. The defense is automatically applied if something gets attacked, and the offense is automatically applied when you attack. That, okay, I get that. This is the grade. The higher it is, the more powerful the card, and our ride deck has a 0 through 3. Okay. Vanguard's grade rises throughout the fight. Interesting. So your quote-unquote commander, your Vanguard, just gets stronger as the game goes on. This is the critical. Shows how much damage is dealt when its attack to a Vanguard succeeds. Okay, that kind of pulls it together for me. So it sounds like when you attack, you are attacking the opponent's Vanguard, their commander type, like, deck build around. And then you have to get over its power, and it's constantly growing throughout the game. And if you get over its power, you do damage to the actual opponent. That's what it sounds like here. And whatever the critical number is, that's how much damage you do if you get over their Vanguard. Okay, that makes sense so far. Card's name, above that is text, I guess ability text. So auto, when this unit is rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. I don't know what rode upon means. Maybe that is like attacking, maybe that's like playing the card, but if you went second, draw a card makes sense to me. So when you do something with this card, this is a going second card that lets you recoup some advantage from going second. That makes sense. I'm not going to give the actual sim too much crap, because I know there's a second game, and that's probably what people are playing, and it's probably better put together. Hopefully, I'm just hoping it works better as a tutorial than Master Duel does, because Master Duel works great as a sim, but it's really bad at actually teaching you to play the game. I'm hoping the opposite here. I don't care how good it is as a sim, I just want to learn the actual game. So press C to see a larger image. Weird. I'm hoping I can just do a mouse click for that instead. I get it. Get ready to fight. First Vanguard face down on the Vanguard circle. Okay, that's a grade 0 unit in your ride. Okay, so you start with the 0. Oh, so your Vanguard is 4 cards. It's like the cards in your ride deck, the 0 through 3 are your Vanguards. Okay. This will be done automatically in game, but you'd do it manually in paper. You'd do it yourself, obviously. Rock, paper, scissors. Winner goes first. Rock strats. Cool. So we're going first. Start by drawing 5 cards from your main deck, which is 46 cards, which is weird, but sure, whatever. This is your hand. These are cards you can use. Opponent can't see. You can redraw. Okay, you get a single partial mulligan in this game. Sure, that's fine. Try picking your trigger units to exchange. What's a trigger unit? Unit cards are separated into normal and triggers. How do I tell the difference? Oh, is it this top right, I guess? That's the only thing that looks really different here. Oh, it says it's a trigger down here. Okay, so that's the best place to look. Like the yellow indicator means it's a trigger. Got it. Cards with an icon in the top right corner are trigger unit. Or the yellow icon. I found both. We'll explain more about them later. So I want to send my triggers back. So, oh god, I have to click on it twice. A little bit janky, but again, that's okay. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine. And then these guys are both normal, it looks like. I didn't draw lands or anything, so I don't know if that... It doesn't look like there's a spot for them, so maybe there's no lands in this deck. So now, ready to start the fight. Cool. Stand up Vanguard together, flip your first Vanguard. Okay. Each turn consists of 6 phases. We get stand phase. Units in the rest state turn sideways are returned to stand. Okay, so you get untapped phase at the start. So your units tap, presumably when attacked or used for other things similar to magic. Since you don't have any resting cards, nothing happens in this phase. So untap, draw, so the actual turn looks like it's constructed more like Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's untap, then draw. Ride. You can ride a unit of the same grade as your Vanguard or one higher. What does that mean? You can ride a card directly from your hand, but this time let's use your ride deck. You have to discard a card from your hand when you ride from the deck. Okay, so discard. Wait. So I was just looking at, let me hit S. Okay, so I was just looking at my ride deck. So I'm looking at my grade 1 because I have a grade 0 on board, right? That's what we're looking. Yes, I have an egg on board, which is grade 0. So I want to ride, I guess, play over. Like, that's probably summoning, if I had to guess. A 1. And to do that, I have to discard a card from hand. But that's my normal summon, quote-unquote normal summon for turn, I guess, to do that. So you get 1 summon per turn, and it can be your Vanguard or someone else from hand. Okay. So you can call rear guards or use activated abilities. Rear guards are allied units that fight together. A call is to place it. Oh, okay, no. So you get 1... we could, I guess, for simplicity's sake, call that the normal summon, where you're upgrading your actual Vanguard, but then you can do other guys from your main, from your hand as well. Okay. If you have a grade 1 unit in hand, you can call it behind your Vanguard, so into one of these 5 spots. So we have this guy who is grade 1. Can I look at this guy just to see what he does? So no effect, normal unit, Iron Ball Dragon, blah 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 blah. I like the card design. It's the actual framing is like minimal, but it gets the information across. I'm not huge on the shield being like where it is instead of. I feel like the shield, just nitpicking, should be where the Dino Empire Dino Dragon, presumably like type and faction type dealio. I think those two should be swapped just for ease of reading, because I feel like that's going to be less important information than the shield, but I don't know. Who am I to criticize something I haven't even learned yet? But anyways, I guess we'll summon this. Can I? Yeah, okay. They want it back here. I don't know if there's a reason to do that. Like, I don't know if the different spaces have different attributes, but we'll just throw it there. And then go to end phase. So that's my main phase. Presumably if there's like a spell type of some kind, I could use that here as well, but they're keeping it relatively simple for the moment. And main phase, go to... Do I get turn 1 battle phase, or is this just for the sake of showing the game? Interesting. I don't know. Battle phase normally comes next, but if you go first, you can't attack turn 1, so your turn's over. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, same as Yu-Gi-Oh! My turn next, stand to draw, blah blah blah. Stand, draw, then ride, so you can discard a Ramana, ride Platinum Wolf over the existing card. Got it. Base's skill lets me draw 1 card. Is that just this card? Base's skill. Base, my first Vanguard has a skill that is activated automatically. When it's ridden, I get to draw a card if I went second. Okay, that's the one we saw earlier. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So, ride is when you upgrade your main dude into something bigger. Sure, I've got it so far. Next is main phase. Let's call Lizana, same thing. And then you get a battle phase because you went second. That makes sense. A successful attack can remove rear guards or deal damage when attacking. Rest the attacking unit, select a target. Units in the front row can attack, and you attack with platinum. So, okay, so it does matter. The cards in the back row can't attack, I guess? This is a boost icon. A rear guard in the back row with this icon can be rested together with an attacking unit in front of it. Oh, that's kind of cool. So there's like columns, and the columns play in. There's like supports for your attackers. That's pretty neat. Its power is then added to the attack. For the most part, grade 1 and 0 units have boost, and then the bigger ones are supposed to be your attackers, so they don't. That makes sense. 8,000 boosting rearguard's power by 8,000. That's a total of 16,000 attacking power. Big numbers. That's fine. It's Yu-Gi-Oh style. My Vanguard's power is 8,000, so yours is stronger. So do I not get to use my guy's boost in the back when I am the defender? If an attack to a rear guard hits, that unit retires, goes to grave, basically. Dies. If an attack to a Vanguard hits, you take... Yeah, the critical is damaged. That's what I was assuming earlier. Got ahead of myself a little bit, but, you know, that's fine. You can guard to prevent an enemy attack from hitting, but there's no need to do so this early. This is called no guard. Yeah, don't. So where is... What tells me I can guard? I'm assuming that I only get like a few of those. Like it's a limited thing. I don't know. It'll probably tell me. Yeah, we'll take the attack. When a Vanguard attacks, a drive check is performed. Reveal the top card of my deck into the trigger zone, and then it goes to hand. So you draw a card when you attack. That's interesting. So drive check. Flip this guy. Flipped over Olween. Now you add it to hand. And presumably if it's one of the trigger cards from earlier, it does something. My attacking unit's total power is greater than yours, so the attack... So yeah, I can't boost. So the game is aggressive then, because you get a bonus for attacking that you don't get for defending. Kind of interesting. Damage check is performed when you take damage. You took one, so reveal the top card into the trigger zone. Okay, do I get that to hand? This one has a trigger. Hey, you got a trigger unit. Trigger units have effects that activate when placed in the trigger zone. This one has a draw icon, so it's a draw trigger, draw card. So, if I'm seeing this correctly, I will draw a card, yeah, then choose a unit to gain 10,000 power for the rest of the turn. So, this triggers... If I was attacking, I would get the 10,000 and draw ahead of time, but when I am defending, I get it reactionarily instead of proactively. Again, still feels a lot better to be the aggressor, I think. That's interesting because it means that you'll like swing hoping to get a trigger to actually do damage even though you wouldn't otherwise, I guess, but maybe your monster's destroyed if you don't hit, so you don't choose to do that all the time. I don't know. Interesting. So I can enhance a unit. My Vanguard gets 10,000. Doesn't matter here because battle's already over. He doesn't have anything else to attack with. But we do draw a card and presumably add this to hand. Like, so do we... Am I going +2 right now? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, reveal during a damage check face up in the damage... Oh, no, that's right. This doesn't go to hand because it was a damage card, but I do still then draw the one off of its own trigger. Got it. So his turn's over. Stand and draw a card. I discard... Yeah, so... Oh, okay, and it's showing my, my phases in the top left. That's useful just to remember the order, but untap, draw for turn, then upkeep, I guess is what we're doing. I always think untap, upkeep, draw for turn. We're doing a little bit different here. And there's only one main phase. There's no main phase 2. Interesting. So I discard a card to go into my 2. That makes sense. You want me discarding this card. It's a 0, so that makes sense to me. Oh yeah, this was a trigger, so you would want to hit this rather than play it, I guess. In most cases, I'm gonna guess. Your main phase is next. You can put a rear guard. Wait, call rear guards to the front row to attack. Oh, can I play multiples? We're gonna call you over here. Oh, okay, so I only get to upgrade my guy once per turn. but I can... that's kind of like Digimon, I suppose, but you can then summon as many other guys as you want every turn. Yeah, no, that's very aggressive. Can I not put guys in the back row, or do they just not want me to right now? Because if I could put, like, supports in the back row, then these guys are even bigger, right? And then I have more of a chance of actually getting over the opponents. I don't know. We'll see. Battle phase, attack with Zafar. Oh, swing. No guard. Still not sure what that means. You take damage. Oh, importantly, my non-vanguards, I forget what they were calling them, side guards? Rear guards? Rear guard, I think. My rear guards do not trigger checks on attack. So he's the one gaining advantage from this, if anything. That kind of helps, like, stabilize the difference between attacking and defending. And then I'll attack with my Vanguard and boost it with my rear guard, so it's 18,000. And then this one triggers an actual check, because it's my Vanguard. Right? Drive check, yeah, there we go. And that's like start of damage phase, quote-unquote. I got a trigger that's a critical trigger. It can increase the unit's critical by 1 and raise its power by 10,000. So, a lot of luck involved here if we're trying to boost by, like, significant amounts in damage step randomly. That's kind of funky, but we'll see. Can be divided across... Oh, that's interesting. So I can put the critical on my Vanguard because I know they're going to take damage here, and then give the 10,000 to my rear guard, or side guard, whatever it is for that one. Yeah. That makes sense to me. So, how do I tell which effect I'm using right now, just for curiosity? I have no idea. Outside of the obvious prompt that is here to tutorialize me, I don't know how in-game I will know which trigger I am distributing, so we'll have to figure that out later. Maybe it just does it in order, so like it'll always be the critical, then the power, I guess? Who knows? So my guy is bigger, and I do 2 damage here, and then I draw this card because I did the drive thing. So damage check, first card. Yeah, right, and he'll have to flip 2, which means he gets 2 chances at triggers. Okay, so this one makes his guy bigger, and he draws a card. So it's a good thing that I made my guy bigger. Wow, the tutorial is tutorializing me. Attack with Electro. Cool. So, swing here, and my guy's bigger now that I did that. He uses a guard. Units can be called to the guard circle from hand. Oh, okay. So you can spend cards in hand to not take damage. Understood. Which makes sense because you, like, draw a million cards by attacking anyways, so, like, using those as an auxiliary resource makes a lot of sense to me. For that battle, their shield value is added to the power of the unit being attacked. Okay, your rear guard's power is 20,000 rear guard, not side guard even if it's up there. Sure. But my Vanguard becomes 23. So you have spent a card to basically boost your Vanguard. That makes sense. Can you do that for a rear guard, or is it just for the Vanguard? Not sure. And then the Guardian goes away. Okay. Interesting. My turn, or it's their turn, so they'll draw, they upgrade, they summon out a monster, they attack Vanguard with Sterilize Angel, and then pump it. So I can... Okay, whatever. I was gonna say, I could defend here, or I can just take the hit, and this will give me, like, presumably just 1, unless they drive into a critical trigger. What's a front trigger? Gives power plus 10,000 to everybody up front. Okay, interesting. Is it always 10,000? Is that like not a variable number? It seems like it might always be 10,000. Makes it harder to guard against rear guard attacks. Sure. This all makes sense. Okay, so we do our damage check. Doop. Lots of triggers like built into the game here, which is interesting. Apparently I got no trigger, so he attacks again. Yeah, because everything's like pumped, I don't know if I could guard if I wanted to, basically. I don't know if anything in my hand would do it. Can I look at my hand here? So, 0 to... Oh, well, I've got a 15,000 guard. That it was C. Yeah, 15,000 shield, so I could do that, but game doesn't want me right now. So, we'll take the hit. And there is like an argument for taking the hit more often than not to hopefully get triggers anyways, which is interesting. So like, again, it's a very aggressive game. You're like, you gain benefit by playing risky and like waiting until you're about to die to actually do things. Stand, draw, ride, so I can discard a card to go boom. Apparently it wants me to pitch this guy that I don't know what it does. That's fine. But now I am like fully powered up. Woohoo. Nothing to do during main phase. You don't want me doing anything during main phase? I could put guys in the back row here. Okay, that's chill. That's fine. Go to battle phase, swing. Wait. Why would I swing 10,000 into 10,000? Okay, it's probably gonna teach me something here. Intercept with Olween. Oh. Intercept. Units that have intercept are able to move from front row to guardian circle. Okay. So they can like grade 2 units out. That's weird. That's specifically grade 2s. My Vanguard's power is higher now, so the guard is successful. I wonder what I don't think it's explained what happens with if they're evil or even power either way. The intercepting units are discarded end of turn. That makes sense, or end of that battle. So then attack and boost. Sure, cool, awesome, great. My guy's big. I get a trigger. You don't guard. Since your unit has twin drive, you get to perform drive check twice. Is that just like all grade 3s? Yeah, grade 3 units have twin drive. Very interesting that the grades have different abilities by default. That feels like it takes away from the individuality of the cards themselves, but yeah, we'll see. But maybe the design space is wider in other ways to make up for that. So I get more chances. Okay, first check. Yeah, that's fine. First check, nothing, but it goes to hand. That's an order card. It's not a unit. You can't place them in a rear guard or vanguard. But, okay, it's a spell. Orders are spells, effectively. Can be played during your main phase. Play this with something. Choose one of your units, make it big until end of turn. Cool, that's fine. Choose something from drop, add it to... Okay, so recursion as well, but it has to be Ballerina, I guess? Maybe that... I don't know if that's a name or an archetype or something like that. They can act as... They can temporarily power up your units or act as equipment, that's fine. Set orders can also be played during your main phase. After a set order is played, put it in your order zone. I don't know what any of that means. Oh, so that's like an enchantment or a continuous spell, maybe? The effect remains active as long as the card is in the order zone. Yeah, okay. Blitz orders can be played when your opponent attacks. Okay, so that's a hand trap, like battle trick type deal. They gain power to... They can gain power. The localization for this did seem a little bit off, but not like super crazy. They can gain power to your unit or interfere with the opponent's attack. You can only play one order card per turn. Okay, so you get one quote-unquote spell, and it can be a continuous or a battle trick, but you can use the battle trick on the opponent's turn, so that's important. The revealed card is a blitz order, so you can use it when I attack. But interestingly, because I drew it off of the drive trigger, the opponent knows I have that battle trick now. So that's interesting. Just like a little bit of read your card-ism. So I got a critical, so I can give the critical to my Vanguard and the power to my other guy. Sure. 1 and 2. So then I bop them for 2 more damage. I get the card to hand. They get a damage check. Apparently doesn't do anything. Damage check doesn't do anything. And then attack your Vanguard with Zafar. If this one hits, I win. Okay. Sure. Go. No, not that. What did I mess up? I messed something up. Okay. Oh, I just didn't hit the right button. Okay. You go away. You guard with a guy from hand who has, like, huge guard stats. So there's, yeah, definitely, like, some amount of play there where you want to have big guarders in your hand to use to protect your life points. That's fine. So everything untaps, draws for turn, and then you can upgrade to your 3 by discarding a card. That makes sense. You summon out 2 guys. That all makes sense. You attack with the 13. So what does this do? Do you have to, like, is this just when you're hoping for a guard trigger, I guess? So, or hoping for a drive. Well, no, because he can't hope for a drive trigger because he's not attacking with his Vanguard. Weird. Still safe, no guard. Press V to take the attack with no guard. Does attacker win if it's even? Yeah, so the attacker wins if the numbers are even. That's very important to know. Damage check, draw, make my guy big. Cool, sure. So that'll go to damage, I draw a card. Attacker wins is important to know. That's the opposite of Yu-Gi-Oh! If people are here watching me because, like, the Vanguard community wanted to watch this or something. In Yu-Gi-Oh! The defender wins on an even, or if it's 2 attackers, they both die. So, in this case, the attacker wins. Attack Vanguard with Rafluk. Boost it, and then hope for a trigger. Something the matter. Twin drive, so I'm thinking about how I should... Yeah, so because he has double triggers, he has 2 chances to get pumped, which means I think it would be safest for me just to use a defender here. I'll lose if you get a critical trigger. Airing it will take too many cards. I don't know what that was supposed to say. You can ensure a successful guard with a Sentinel. Sentinel... Do you have a card with Sentinel in its text? A Sentinel lets you discard a card to perform a guaranteed perfect guard. So you can discard this. Okay. Pick ability to resolve. Sentinel. Sure. And then I have to discard a card from hand, but this one has such a high guard stat. I wanted to keep that one. But that, okay, just means that I don't have to worry about it either way. Heal? You got a heal trigger. Lets you heal 1 damage. The heal effect is only available if you have the same or more cards in the damage zone as your opponent. Okay. So you can only heal if you're on the back foot. That's good to know. Move a card of your choice from damage zone to grave. Got it. And give the extra power to Olween. That's fine. Now we're at equal. Counter Blast, buffs it. Counter Blast is when you flip damage zone cards upside down. What is that? When this card is played, this isn't saying Counter Blast. Okay, Counter Blast is over here. When your drive check reveals a trigger, You can counterblast, and this unit gains 10,000 till end of turn. Okay, so reading the card explains the card. Okay, that makes sense. That's just like a card specific, and it flips one of your damage cards. I wonder how that matters. So we ensured a perfect guard, but now this guy is huge. That's okay. You won't get a damage trigger. You'll take 5 damage if that hits. Or do you just mean you'll be at 5 damage if that hits? Because it looks like it still only has 1 critical. So you can intercept. Well, wait. Didn't intercept just add 5,000? Like this still isn't big enough? Okay. And then... Wait, oh, can I guard with multiple cards? Oh, okay, I can guard with multiple cards. That's very good to know. So you can just spend as many cards in hand as you need to survive. But then you lose when you're out of cards in hand, obviously. That's kind of cool. I like that. It's my turn, stand and draw. Your turn, ride phase. I don't have... You're asking if I have a specific card in my hand. I don't have another ride card to upgrade, I guess. Riding Tribash will trigger Persona. Okay. A Persona ride is triggered whenever a unit with this icon is used to ride on a unit with the same name. Oh, okay, so it's like fusing the two together, I guess. So you can... This is in ride phase. I can put this over top of my already existing Tribash, whatever you want to call it, and then draw a card, and all of my front row units get 10,000 power that turn. Okay, so I keep the same unit. It doesn't gain power from this, but it just like replaces itself with a new card and pumps me for the turn. So that's just like incentive to have more of your leader unit in your deck. Okay, that makes sense. And then I can call a couple of guys. So Enkabauer back here, which will pump up my front row. I can call this to my front row. This is what I was trying to do previously. It just didn't want me to. Alwilith skill, when this unit is placed on a ride zone, I'm assuming. Constant blast one. Counter blast and S-blast, soul blast, I guess. Choose one of your opponent's grade 2 and retire it. So I can, when I summon Alwilith, I guess I get to destroy something by fulfilling whatever these two conditions are. The Counter Blast lets me flip one of my damages face down. I don't know what Soul Blast is yet. The zone under your Vanguard is Soul. Soul Blast means putting cards from Soul to the drop zone. Oh, okay, so that's... So Soul is middle bottom? Okay, that's kind of funky, but sure. So I can pitch this guy and choose... wait, choose this. This is one of my, I'm assuming, my Counter Blast card. And, oh, no, okay, it's not the bottom middle, it's the ride stack itself. So presumably, similar to Digimon, these cards could have abilities they give to my higher, what was it, higher grade riders, I guess, which is cool. Okay, so we'll flip one of my guys in the damage step and send that off, and then that lets me just get rid of one of his guys. So you pitch her. Okay, that makes sense. You're at 4 damage, and I have a bunch of stuff. So you want me to go to battle, that's fine, that makes sense. So we'll attack with this guy first. No guard. Yeah, right, so it's better not to guard on rear guard attacks because they can't just get a trigger and blow you out of the water. Okay, swing with my Vanguard, boost, attack for a bunch, and then I'll get a trigger. You have to... Okay, perfect guard's fine. That makes sense. It was probably smarter to attack with my other rear guard first. But, you know, tutorial is tutorial. Front trigger, everybody gets pumped, and I get this card to hand. Cool, sure, whatever. Second drive check because it's grade 3. That makes sense. And I got my grade 3 rider, I guess. I don't know what the colloquialism is. I got another one of those to hand, so next turn I can use it to pump everything and like cycle again. And then I can attack with my last guy and pump it with the back row. So it's 38, and he has to have like another perfect guard to make this work. Okay, he throws out 2 cards from hand, which guards. Cool, that's fine. And these are, I'm assuming, 2 of the like 15,000. Yeah, 2 of the 15,000 garters. It's a very battle phase focused game, which is not traditionally my favorite. Like, I'm not big on the One Piece game. That's very battle phase focused. But there is strategy here. Time will tell. I think I'm more interested in the order stuff than it wants me to be right now, because maybe there's some cool stuff you can do there. We will see. 1 card in hand. Let's see what he draws. Blah, blah, blah. Everything untaps. He draws for turn. And then Persona Ride. Okay, he has the same thing. Dark's called a couple of cards out. So all of his stuff is now big. Let's see. Can I just say this is a long-ass tutorial? We're 44 minutes into the recording, apparently. And I've had to stop a couple of times, but still, this is like 40 minutes of tutorial so far. But I get it. That's fine. And, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If the tutorial is supposed to teach you the game, this is doing a fairly good job of teaching me the game. I just worry about information overload for people who... Maybe this is your first card game, or maybe you've only played a very simple one before, something like Hearthstone or something like that. We get a heal trigger, cool, but he's at higher damage, so I don't get the heal, but do I still get the... Yeah, 10,000. Okay, that makes sense. And you do have to just memorize what each of the triggers means. Like, you have to memorize what a critical does and a heal does. Granted, those are not that complicated, but it's the issue with, like, Magic versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, where there's a lot of upfront memorization. You have to understand what, like, flying does and trample does, and you have to, like, memorize those words at the start, but then the load of information gets a lot simpler than Yu-Gi-Oh!, which doesn't really have keywords, and, you know, it's easier to learn at first, but because of the lack of keywords, but then it's a lot more complicated because once you can't just memorize the keywords and then understand how the game works. There's like a weirdness to that. So this is a keyword game, which means that it starts off harder to learn, but presumably will be easier once I get there than Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be for someone who is, you know, practiced at the game. Anyways, so we guarded, blah, blah, blah. My guy is powered up. He attacks with Refluke, and attacker wins here, but he can power up either way. Vanguard's power, so I will guard with this 15,000 in hand. Sure, that's fine. So he has to hit a trigger to have basically any chance. Oh, right, and I had this order. What did this order do? It's... If your damage zone has 3 or more cards, which it does, choose one of your units and it gets 15,000 for this battle. Okay, and this, where does it say it's in a blitz order? Okay, bottom left there. Okay, so we'll use that. Can I close out of this now? Okay, it does it automatically. Now I'm at 53, and even if you get 2 triggers, yeah, that's not enough, so that's fine. It's presumably I just like win. Presumably. So drive check hits nothing. Second check hits over trigger. What does over trigger do? Super strong trigger, you can only have one in your deck, but getting it in a dry check lets you draw one and add 100 million power. That seems excessive, but okay. So it's just automatically you win this battle if you get an over trigger. And it gives 100 million to another unit. Oh Christ, so that's just 2 free damage. So if you play risky and get to a high damage count before the opponents hit their over trigger, then they can just blow you out of the water at any given point. Again, just like aggressor is the one winning here. After using the over trigger, it's removed from the game. So it doesn't even go to drop, it's just gone. But he just automatically wins effectively here. And so my Vanguard's hits here, and you take damage. But you could, if you're worried about that, do the perfect guard thing if you have one in hand, so that's good to know. But you would have to have 2 because you give the over trigger to 2 monsters. So I have to draw a heal trigger or an over trigger. Well, I don't know. If I draw an over trigger here, what does that do for me? So damage check, I hit nothing, and then I lose. But I guess what it was saying there is if I had hit a heal trigger, I could heal before it checks that I'm at 6 damage. Yeah, that makes sense, because I would flip it to the trigger zone, then I would remove one of my guys, and then put the card from the trigger zone into damage. That makes sense. Okay. So I already did the story bit after this, so I'm going to assume this is just going to kick me back out to, like, the main menu. I skipped the tutorial originally. Yeah, so that takes me out. So, that makes some amount of sense. Okay, so I guess this is the main menu. We went through the tutorial. There's actually like a whole bunch more tutorials here. I guess these are like for specific phases, and maybe that's why this took 45 minutes, because we had to go through all of it. And there's still stuff we didn't go through. I don't know what overdress is. I don't know how tokens work in this game, or alchemagic, or dress boost. There's still plenty of stuff I don't know, but I think we're going to end this video by going through just one random CPU battle. Actually, let's go look at the shop first. Let's see what the shop's got for me. So this is, I mentioned at the very start, this is a paid game, so hopefully there's not like a whole bunch of microtransactions. I saw there was like DLC and stuff for it, but VP assumably is, no, I don't want to buy that, is assumably like an in-game currency. You can buy it. It made me get a starter deck, so I did that. That's probably what we'll be playing. Oh, there was another one on this page I didn't see. Oh well, that's fine. Apparently the starter decks are fairly cheap. There was also a few free ones as DLC on Steam, so I'll probably pick those up at some point. Hard packs. Okay, so like there is in-game currency that you get to get new stuff. I'm not going to worry about that here. This is about learning the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one NPC game real quick, and I'm just going to like put what I've done to the test. Sure, we'll play the lyrical deck that I bought. That's fine. I don't care to look at this. We'll learn as we get there. Sure, okay. Oh, confirm deck means look at deck. Got it. And I guess presumably I can change my character at some point, but Yuki is the one that you start with. Very anime. Select a difficulty hard. There's only hard. Sure, fuck it, let's go. Yeah, so we'll do this before we call it here, and then tomorrow we'll do, like, maybe I'll play around a little bit, make a deck, and then we'll take it online for tomorrow's video, if that sounds cool. Let's, okay, they go first, that's fine. Right, I get a partial mulligan, so if there's anything with triggers, yeah, so like her, that's the best thing to put back. Select, confirm. Cool, and then I got a grade 2 with no triggers. Grade 2 means that it can jump in front as a defender, but I can't summon it until I have a grade 2 on board. That's fine. Oh, okay, so it just automatically tells me to do a ride. That's fine. And I can pitch a card as cost. Let's see. Do you do anything of note? When revealed as a trigger, everything gets big. Oh, you were a trigger. Oh, oops, I should have put you back in as well. That's fine. So I'll pitch the trigger, I guess. As 15,000 shield is pretty good though, and that's the only card I have in hand that is a 15,000 shield. We'll pitch. Let's see. When this unit is placed, look at the top card of your deck. You can call it to an open spot or put it in hand. Or, well, I've got 2 of these, so I'll pitch one of these, I suppose, for cost. That's fine. So then I upgrade, and what did I just do? I activated a skill, apparently. When this unit is rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. Okay, okay, so I've got that deck, I guess. That makes sense. Or maybe, is that just a thing the unit 0 always does? Can I look at what is under you, anyway? Is there a Soul S? Wait, what? Soul S. So if this unit, okay, so any 0 Vanguard gets you an extra card if you go second. That's just like a default part of the game, I guess. That makes some amount of sense. Okay. So I now have a grade 1, so I don't want to play her because I want to use her effect. But I can play... Oh, you're incredibly weak, aren't you? You're 3,000? I mean, but it's still probably correct to get aggressive. What is your effect? What do you do? I can Soul Blast, look at the top card. That doesn't seem important to do, so maybe I'll just play her as a Vanguard back here, but not use her effect. Yeah, because I guess I could Soul Blast to do that. You know what? That's probably correct. Because, like, what else am I using this card for? I didn't see anything that made this particularly useful otherwise, so I'll Soul Blast it here just for the possible advantage. You see a card, okay, and then I can call it somewhere with no units. Is it bad to clog my board, or should I be doing... Well, I don't want to put you in front because you're never going to be strong enough to actually bop something, but I'll put you back here to pump up something for when I do that. That makes sense to me. I have no orders, so this is it for now. We'll go to battle phase. Yes. And then attack, pump, swing. How's the... Are we good? Okay, so we drive check. I guess they didn't do anything. I get the card to hand. I didn't get a drive check. You damage check. You draw nothing off of that, so you just take the damage. Cool. And then it automatically ends my turn when I don't have anything else I can do, I guess. So, upgrades. Man, that kind of makes going second feel pretty bad, even though you draw a card, just because your Vanguard gets stronger earlier. Grade 2. Okay. So we're gonna drive check here. Your guy's pretty big. I could defend here. Okay, so the gold shield is the Sentinel, which allows me to discard a perfect guard. So I don't want to use her. I want to save her. The question is whether I use my 15,000 here, because I will take 2 hits otherwise, or do I just hope for a trigger off of this and take it? I guess I'll take it this turn. That's fine. So they drive check. They gain 10. God, the critical trigger apparently. Well, even if I had defended with my 15,000, it wouldn't do anything here. Wait, why do you get 2 drive checks? I guess maybe that's just a facet of this card in particular. Okay, damage check. Okay, so I get to heal. Oh, I would get to heal if this wasn't my first attack or my first damage taken. So you go to 18,000, and then I damage check again. Why do I damage check twice here? Boost. Give power. Oh, right, because I'm taking 2 damage because he got the critical trigger. That makes sense. So I can boost you. This was just a boost trigger, right? So I just gain the... Oh, no, it's a draw trigger. Okay, so I draw. Got it. But now it's more powerful than... Well, but it's... God, it matches. because of the back. I guess. Oh, when this unit is played, blah 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 blah. Hold up. You can blast one and retire another rear guard. Choose something to retire. Oh, so you got rid of my. No, you didn't get rid of my rear guard. I don't know what happened there. Maybe his deck is just built around retiring a rear guard somehow. So I can, if I want to, guard here, but it would 5,000 would still make it meet. So I think we're just going to take this one as well and then start defending next turn. So damage check. We hit nothing. That goes to damage zone. That's fine. And then we can start... Man, yeah, that's just kind of rough as a person going second, but presumably there's ways to fix that. What am I sending for cost? Is it you because I have two of you? Let's see. You don't do anything, huh? Yeah, I definitely don't need two of you. You're pretty useless, I think. Or not useless, but just, like, not great. My deck is all schoolgirls. I don't think we should gloss over that fact, either. Whereas his is, like, cyber ninjas and shit. I don't know. I guess I'm the one who picked the schoolgirl deck, huh? So, main phase. Now I've got a 2, so I can activate a 2. So I can blast one here to get big and, like, swing for 1,000,000 damage. That seems possibly good. Can return a rear guard to hand during a battle in which this is boosted. It gets bigger. Okay. You're pretty not doing anything. I want to hold on to you as a sentinel. These are triggers. Oh, okay. So these are like shields that I want to be using because they would be triggered. Is that just how it goes? Your triggers have big shields? Because it seems like it's always 5,000 on the ones that are not triggers and 15,000 on the ones that are triggers. So that, I guess, makes sense. So what I want to play is probably you, I suppose, right? It's one of these two. I'm going to go with her, I think. I'm going to put her up here. And then I can do this, which allows me to flip one of my damages face down, which presumably I just like can't interact with it anymore. It's like locked in. But then she gets huge for the turn. Cool. So I'm gonna go battle phase here. I don't think I have anything else to do. And then I'm gonna swing with her first, pump her, go. That's 21,000 at your face. And then we'll see if there's trigger. What's going on? Okay. Oh, that's the damage animation. They have individual attack animations. That's cute. I like that. And then I can swing for 10, and the attacker wins here. And like I get a trigger ahead of time either way. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Can I cancel? No. Okay, that's fine. We'll balance you to hand. That's fine. No trigger there, but she goes back to hand. She's a fine attacker, I suppose. I don't know what that does. It's very shiny. That kind of looks, what is it, Duel Masters? I do have... I used to play Duel Masters way long ago, so even though they haven't made cards for it in the US for 20 years, I still have a bunch of them, which I'm proud of. Game was fun. I liked it. Okay. So they're going through their turn. They did not use this card to pump. No. I just want to look at what this card does. When this unit is placed, look at the top card. So why did they not use her? Because that just makes this easy for me. I can just throw out one of my 5,000 defenders if I want. Like you, because you're low grade already. Oh no, not you. You. Confirm. Well, maybe I should be doing more in case of drive triggers. Like I've got a bunch of cards in hand that I'm not trying to actually use. We'll do that, and that way even if you get one drive trigger, it's fine, I think. Okay, no trigger. But you get 2 here because you got to your 3 first, but no triggers. Okay, fine. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. And then, wait. You can attack from the back row? I didn't realize that. That's rough. But I can throw another 15 at it and not worry about it. And I still have 5 cards in hand. That seems pretty good. Not a big deal. Skill. Let's see. Persona Ride, blah, blah, blah. 23. Do I want to just take this one? Yeah, I'll just take this one. That's fine. I can always jump in front with her, because she's a 2. That's good to know. No trigger there. Go to ride phase, and then I also now finally get my final form. What do I pitch for it? I guess her, she seems, well, she's 10,000 base attack. That's not bad. Maybe I play her for turn. Yeah, I'll just pitch you, I suppose. For my final ride character. What do you do? Do you have any specific effects I should be paying attention to? When this unit attacks, I can bounce 2 rear guards to hand. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if you persona rode this turn, you can call... Oh, interesting. So, like, if I did a persona ride, I can get 2 attackers out of nowhere. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think... Well, I don't know. I can Soul Blast to make you big this turn, or I can just play you. But you're too small to matter right now. I don't have a grade 3. Yeah, so I'm gonna play you over here. And then I will activate the ability. I don't know. Flip you down. That's fine. So now I've got a big attacker. And I could put... let's call you back here. I wonder if I can just call over another one that I have. So now I've got 3 attackers big enough if you don't start pitching cards. Here's the question. Is it smart to get rid of his rear guard so that he cannot attack me? Like, let's say I do this. Is this good? Is this smart and correct? Well, he protects his guy. Interesting. So he pitches a card to protect his guy. Yeah. Can I defend? Can I can't pump with you? Oh, so it's only the Vanguard I can pump? Oh. Oops. Well, that's a mistake. But you can't attack now. That's... Or did I just do that wrong? I'm not sure. I will swing... I don't know. I guess I'll swing at you. That's fine. And then when this attacks, I can bounce some stuff. I don't think I want to do that, right? At the end of the battle this unit attacked, I did not persona ride. I don't think I gain anything by doing that, really. Yeah, no. I won't do that. I will drive check. Okay, I can heal. That's good. Ooh, and I can... Wait, no, it sends it to grave. I was going to say, if I can add her back to hand, then I can persona ride next turn. That'd be pretty cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I attacked with everything, so maybe it was correct to do my Vanguard first. That's fine, though. I get a second drive check. Heal again. Oh, cool, we have the same... We have the same, so I do get the heal again. That's pretty busted. Confirm. damage too, but it looks like you can do a lot of damage very quickly in this game if you get like the right triggers and things, so. But still, being at 2 damage is not a bad place to be, I don't think. E damage checks, no trigger, cool, whatever. Okay, my turn ends because I can't do anything else. I've got a bunch of cards in hand, that's pretty good. He's got a persona? I'm assuming that's what that is. Or maybe that was just like the ability. This card? This card? No, it wasn't that card, it was this guy. Okay, so you're 13 swinging in. Do I guard here? I could guard with something weak. I don't know. Or I could just take it. No. Well, you're gonna get triggers. You're probably gonna get triggers. I'll let this one go. I healed 2, so I'm only at 2 damage right now. That's not a big deal. Oh no, wait, this was the guy in the back row, but I can't. How do I attack with the guys in the back row? Or is that a thing his deck does? This card cannot be chosen by card effects when it attack. So weird. I haven't seen the effect that allows him to attack in the back row. I guess I've got a million of you. So we'll guard with you. That's fine. No, we'll guard like that. Okay. He has a skill of some kind to pump his big guy. Big guy's like not that big. I can guard with one of these, and like even one trigger doesn't get over my stuff then, so that's fine. We'll see what you get. You do get one trigger, and it's a critical. The critical doesn't do... Okay, he's just not worrying about it here, I guess. That does nothing. He swings, I defend. This one I can let go. Wait, does this have 2 critical? Critical, blah, 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 blah. It looks like something... Oh no, he gave it with the guard critical. Okay, and it's 33. Gross. Do I use the Sentinel here? I don't know if I want to use the Sentinel here, but I'll take 2 damage otherwise. The guys, maybe... Sure, let's go Sentinel here. And then I can resolve the Sentinel, discarding... I guess you're the least useful one here, probably. So I don't have many cards in hand, but we'll see. No, that's all the guarding I'm gonna do. That's funny that you can do more guarding than just using the Sentinel, but it's pretty pointless. I draw nothing of any particular card, or of any particular value, and I do not have someone to ride, really. So I guess I just end phase here? Yeah, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Do I put one of these on field anywhere? I don't know. I still haven't quite mastered the, like, how do I attack with the guys in the back row? How do I power up my front row guys? I'm gonna try this again. Let's put you back here. And then we'll end phase. And then I'm gonna attack with you first, hoping for triggers. How do... ability to resolve. I can bounce my rear guards to hand. Oh, is that the point? Is that my, like... I can bounce... If I attack after I attack with my rear guards, I can put them back in hand, and then these ones get stronger on the turn that I summon them. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So I want to attack with her Ooh, you're just going all out on this one, huh? Do I get a soul? Or, what was it, a soul trigger? No, I get nothing of any value. But I get 2 cards to hand. God, he has so many more cards in hand than I do, though. Yeah, I don't know how... Boom, boom? How do I use ow? If I... And you don't... Nah, that's not what I wanted. And you can't beat anything unless I can figure this whole shenanigans out. I can't attack with you. Cancel. Yeah, I can't attack with my back row, but he's been doing it all game. So that must just be like a deck-based mechanic on his end. Okay, that's fine. And if I can't figure out how to use you, then like... Oh, it has to be a 1 to boost. Right, so these guys can't boost because they're not 1s. Okie dokie, that's where I've been screwing everything up. Okay, end phase, I will maybe use these guys to guard. I need to keep my 1s for boosting. Oh god, he had a persona. I might be dead here. I'm like probably dead here. We'll see. But that's okay. Like, I get the game better now. So you don't want to just get rid of your low drive or your low grade guys because oh, okay, the 0 has a boost as well. So I need to pay more attention to that. I still don't know how you're attacking with the back row. This is a 33. I won't worry about this, I guess. We'll no guard that one. So I get a damage check. Cool. I can draw a card and pump you for the rest of the turn. That's good. That'll help me survive at least. And drawing a card feels important. Skill to power you up. You attack and you pump because you're a grade 1, so you get to, God, 38. 38? 40? I think I'll take this one again. That's the last one I can take. That's okay. Maybe I'll get something... Nope, that's nothing of any particular value. Okay, so I have to just, like, go all out here. So you can guard... And I can do multiple at once. That's good. You can't guard at all. That's interesting. Oh, I can... Yeah, I guess I'll Sentinel here. Yeah, that's fine. And then I will resolve the Sentinel ability. I will discard... Callie, what do you do? This unit gets big until end of turn. When this attacks, you can return stuff to hand. During the battle, this is boosted, it gets bigger. So I think... I don't know. I'm not sure which one's more important. I'm not sure. I don't think I can Persona ride Calfee on the Vanguard I have out, so this feels less useful. But it's also just bigger to help me close the game without losing. So we'll do this. And by bigger, I mean it becomes 20,000 on the turn I play it instead of 15,000 on that turn. The problem is he has so many more cards in hand to guard with than I do. Okay, this is fine. I used a Sentinel. It doesn't matter. But he pumps his other guy. Gross. That's okay. I can intercept because these guys in the back row aren't doing much besides intercepting. So maybe I can survive. Where do I... do the interceptors have to be in the front row? I don't know. Yeah, let's intercept with both of these. And then also you. Still not big enough. Oh no. And you can't guard... Oh, so I just lose here? I didn't realize I couldn't intercept with the guys in the back. I'm just hoping to hit like a heal trigger, I guess. I don't know. We'll do this and then hope to hit a heal trigger. Oh, okay. I can guard like one at a time if I want. I will lose if I take the... Yeah, it's... What am I supposed to do about it? What do I get? Nope. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's going to be it for this video. I get the game a lot better now, so I think I'm going to practice a little bit more on my own, maybe mess with decks, figure out something I like, and then I will do a couple more of these, and then maybe jump online for a game or two for a video for tomorrow. So if you enjoyed this at all, please leave a like and a comment, blah blah blah, all the YouTube stuff, and maybe pop back in tomorrow to see if I've learned how to play the game at all. Cool. Cool. Bye-bye.